I'm just videoing this for prosperity.
Okay, now good question before I do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah. Why?
and into
Because
the.
I can't reach it and they don't have the extender yet.
Definitely a beautiful bike. Look, Dawn, your camera matches the bike. Right, you ready? So I want to go home.
Alright. So it's a bit windy because I think the screen is all the way up, but it's not as tall as I'd like it to be. So there's a little bit of buffeting, which we should be getting the taller windscreen in when we bring it back next weekend. So that'll be a good thing. It sits really super high, like really comfortable. I like it. I really do like it. Ooh, it's a bit tall. Gotta get used to that. Downshifts quite nicely. It doesn't, I mean, it does jerk a little because I'm not exactly doing it the smoothest way possible. The brakes are super duper touchy, so I gotta get used to that before I can actually put my feet down pretty good and do that. And then the sticker's gotta come off. Yeah, I don't want that sticker on there. So a lot of cool stuff going on with this bike here. So I got my gauge here that tells me my RPMs. I'm telling me what gear I'm in and my miles that I have. Then I've got, of course, the ride command system here, and then I've got the regular speedometer with my fuel gauge and cruise control, which is already on. He said to go ahead and leave it all the way on, or leave it on all the time, because it's not like it auto picks up. You have to actually push the button to do it, and you can do slow down, speed up, just like it says right there. And then this is button here does the raising and lowering of the windshield there. This is, of course, is the quick stop and then the start. Of course, you got your power button, your fog lights over here, and okay, I'm going to be going, so I can't exactly sit here and point. It's got a good pull to it. Kind of makes me a bit nervous with that pull around there, trying to go slower speeds, but it's super duper flickable, so it almost feels like a much smaller bike, even though it's not. It's just got a different center of gravity. You know, I mean, I can feel bumps, so the shocks are good, but not that bad. I mean, coming over here from on the Harley, it was like, oh my gosh, my breasts are gonna bounce right off my chest. Not so much fun, but you know, that one I felt. Ooh, a bit of a wide turn. a bit nervous. This is my third time riding a bike like this. The first 2 times I rode the same Indian Dark Horse, which is basically the same bike. It's just subtle differences to it. Definitely you can pick the color here. This one has chrome. And there's a few other things that I'll have to look up to see what the differences are, because as far as I'm concerned, the actual stock of the bike, everything is exactly the same. It's all just electronical stuff that's different, and you can have it in a different color. So basically, we were talking and I was like, yeah, I'm torn between the Dark Horse and the Limited in blue. And just then one of the guys went, oh, we're getting a blue one in like next week. And I'm like, really? Can you give me a call? And sure enough, I've been sitting on pins and needles ever since they texted me on Tuesday saying, hey, guess what we got? And I'm like, really? He sent me pictures and I'm like, oh my gosh. I went all girly, which I'm not proud of, but hey, if you can't go girly over a motorcycle, I don't know what you can go girly over. I love the color. It's that brilliant blue is exactly what they call it, and to be honest with you, it is exactly that. Yeah, you're checking it out. I know you are. Just as I looked over, he had just tilted his head. Hi, baby girl. That's my daughter up there. She got to drive the Jeep all the way to Shreveport. So I'm noticing like the normal heat that you get off of any other motorcycles, so I'm not like burning my thighs up or anything like that. Of course, it just got started and we just got out here on the road. I'll be taking it up to much faster speeds. Oh, it has that new engine smell. You know the smell. So yeah, once I get it up on the highway there, I'm pretty sure it's gonna, tell me what's what. I don't see it taking long at all for us to get to she just picked her nose and she looked at it. Ew. Oh, just because you're driving a Charger doesn't mean you get to pick your nose all over the place. Anyway, I love the feel of the bike. My ass actually sits flat on it instead of round. Not that my ass is ginormous, but it's not exactly the smallest butt in the world. It's not Shay's butt. Ooh, this is kind of warm. You gotta open it up there. So the changes we're gonna have done to it is that we are gonna have it staged, and we're gonna get different exhaust pipes for it. We're also getting a higher windscreen to it. Instead of the standard windscreen, we're gonna have a 13-inch windscreen. So that way there's not nearly as much sound, because as you can see the difference, there's not that much wind, there's wind. Not that much wind, there's wind. So we're also getting the lower fairings, as you can see down there that I've got the highway peg, or the engine guard already on it. So okay, so you got down there, you've got the highway bars. So those are going to be taken off, and what's going to go on it is a mustache highway bar, and it's going to have a lower fairing on it. So it'll be the same beautiful blue color that's right here. Oh, you might be able to see the sparkles. Yes. All right, and then in the back, we're going to have the same thing on the saddlebags. We're going to have a guard around that with the leather pouch with a cup holder. So all in all, the accelerator is a little bit touchy. He didn't see me. The accelerator is a little bit touchy, like as in I'm barely jiggling my hand, and it's given a little bit of a back and forth sort of feel to it. The clutch is really nice. I like the clutch. It's perfectly right where it's at, but I'm thinking I'm gonna have to use these there's these little gauges on the clutch handle and the brake handle that'll give it like a closer feel to it. That'll actually move it in a little bit closer for people with shorter hands or longer hands. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to play around with that so that I don't have to stretch my fingers when I go to hit the brake. It does have the ride command system here syncs to your phone. Right now I have it synced to my phone so that I can listen to my own music instead of listening to the radio, because I don't have any channels programmed in, which I'd really like to do. But again, I gotta play with it and try to figure it out. It does tell you tire pressure, oil change, and how many miles. So it's just got so much going on. You can almost get lost just trying to figure stuff out. And I'm already losing speed just trying to pay attention to what's going on. It does have the little cute little cubby hole space that my cell phone's in. It also has a USB. So there's a lot of information that they kind of threw at me that you know, I'm definitely trying to figure out. Oh, this little button right there. That little button locks and unlocks my saddlebags. My key fob, that has a button that'll unlock and lock my saddlebags too. It doesn't open them, which I thought at first that's what it did. Like, you push a button and it opens them. So far, I'm driving about 72 miles, 74 miles an hour, just putzing right along. It's got a good sitting position. I don't need the handlebars changed in any way. I don't see much room to be able to change the handlebars anyway, so, I mean, it's like, there's not much room in there. Oh, Shaylin got me a Lady Rider bell. That's cool. Gotta get guys up at Shreveport Indian Cycles, Shreveport Motorcycles, Indian, BMW, and Kawasaki dealer. Josh and Spencer and Bert. And I'm sure there are other names I'm just not remembering right now because I'm super excited. But hey, gotta give a shout out to those guys because they have no problems letting you test ride your bike. You want to think about it? Fine. You want a bike? They'll get you your bike. They'll make deals with you. Like I said, we traded in 2 Harleys for this, so now we're paying, like, with all the extra crap that we got put on, quite a bit. But it basically knocked it more than in half. I'm really liking the blue. She's super duper flickable. So I'm really enjoying riding it right now.